Live Overtime, sponsored by Alexander's Steakhouse.
Welcome back to Game Day Live Overtime. It's now time to take a deep dive into the big games of the night. We welcome to the studio Jonathan Michael of Clutch Sports Media, who covered the Normal West Peoria High game. Jonathan, what a fun game this was.
I mean, this was the best game we had seen in our WMBD games of the week so far this year. I mean, back and forth action. Normal West never lost the lead in that game. Peoria High made some great runs at it down the stretch, especially in the second half. The game came down to the final play with 1 second left. Breon Green and the Lions got down to about the 30-40 yard line or so of Normal West, and the Normal West defensive line got the stop. Boy, did they come to play tonight.
All right, Normal West, that's a huge win for them after a couple of tough losses to Bloomington and Normal Community. Now, to me, the turning point of this game was they scored late in the first half in the final 10 seconds. Then to start the second half, Peoria High, snap goes over the quarterback's head.
Yep.
Wildcats fall on it. They score. Tell me how that kind of changed the outlook of the game.
Yeah, well, Normal West was ahead 14-0, and then Peoria High came back, tied the game up. About 4:47 to go in the second quarter on an 11-yard touchdown rush from Melvin Jenkins. But again, that blocked punt, not much room, and backed up against their own end zone, led to a short touchdown rush by Malik Given-Smith. Then again, kind of a newer offensive line for Peoria High. I believe they may have had a kind of a younger, newer center in there tonight. Went over the head of Breon Green, who missed a bit of some time in that game due to injury, came back in it later. We saw 4 to 5 different quarterbacks in that game from both teams combined. But that was where Normal West went ahead 28-14 on an amazing touchdown pass from Chase Sennett to C.J. Payton. And he also saw another one here again that went to Malik Given-Smith. I mean, that was a phenomenal play.
Unreal.
I can't believe he stayed in bounds and stayed upright, actually.
Yes, sir. And so we're going to give Malik Given-Smith his flowers here in a second. But, man, Chase Sennett tonight coming in. Drew Magram's been a little banged up this week. You saw them in practice. He was in street clothes. He did suit up tonight. He did play. But, man, Sennett really came up big in the clutch.
Yeah, I mean, I think earlier in the week they were expecting Mangrum to start, but it was Sennett tonight. And, boy, I mean, the sophomore in what I believe might have been his first varsity start, 5 touchdown passes. Again, threw some beautiful balls to Efoy Baskins in the first half to kind of set the tone and kind of open our eyes like, hey, this Sennett guy is for real. I mean, he had just a phenomenal game. Nice job running the offense, made good decisions. Normal West didn't turn the ball over once all night.
All right, really quick here with Malik Given-Smith. He just changes the games here for Normal West. He's blocking punts. He's running them back for touchdowns. He's making crazy plays as a receiver. How fun is he to watch?
I mean, he is one of the most dynamic players all around. You name it. Offense, defense, special teams. Every time the ball's in his hands, he makes a play. He is definitely one of the best guys in the area to watch for sure.
All right, Jonathan, we appreciate your insight. Looking forward to having you here in the second half of the season. Now, let's send it across the studio to Kurt Pegler for our second matchup.
All right, thanks, Patrick. Joining us now, Steve Cease from our Twin Cities newsroom. You can follow him on Twitter at Prof. Cease for score updates on Friday nights. Steve covered tonight's big matchup between El Paso Gridley and Tri-Valley and Downs. And, Steve, the last 3 weeks, all El Paso has done. El Paso Gridley had a statement game against DMAC and a win, a statement game against GCMS and a win, and a statement game against Tri-Valley and a win.
Yeah, Kurt, statement game it was. And, those previous games may have been statements with a period. This was statement with an exclamation point. And the really interesting thing about this now 5-0 EPG team is that their schedule's not too hard the rest of the way. Coming into tonight, the remaining opponents 5-13 overall. So could be heading into the playoffs at 9-0. Not that we want to count any chickens quite yet.
Well, you have to be impressed with what they did. They had the halftime lead with their offense, and then it was their defense that had to try and protect it. But Tri-Valley rallied and tied this game, but when the chips were down, again, the Titans made plays and got a field goal at the end. This was a terrific game.
Yeah, Kurt, you sent me to another great game this week, so I do appreciate for not giving me a stinker. But this game was extremely close. Did not look like that from the get-go. The Titans scored 14 points in just 4 minutes to start this game. Quarterback Owen Adams had 2 touchdowns, 105 yards in his first 5 throws. But he was cooled off eventually by Tri-Valley. The Vikings defense did a great job after that rough start. After those first 5 passes, Adams was only 6 for 15 with 2 picks. Tri-Valley had all the momentum heading into halftime, but it was EPG and the special teams. A late field goal by Owen Bergquist that got the thing done tonight.
And, of course, we're seeing Adams with the pick that sealed the victory for the Titans. All right, big picture now. You've already mentioned that EPG looks good, remaining part of the schedule. Tri-Valley still looks like a playoff team even after the loss, don't they?
Yeah, look, if you're a Tri-Valley fan, you're not used to 3-2 halfway through the season, but your schedule was also very front-loaded. In fact, Tri-Valley and El Paso Gridley play those 4 same teams the rest of the way. So say a prayer for Clinton, Tremont, Eureka, and Shelbyville, because they got to go up against 2 of the best teams in the heart of Illinois the last 4 weeks of the season.
Yeah, it's a fun game tonight. Thanks, Steve, for your analysis. We look forward to seeing what happens in the final 4 weeks of the regular season.